All right, so we're going to be putting a left front U-joint in this here Jeep. These are the tools you'll need. You need a jack to jack it up, jack stand to support it by the axle, not the frame, a can of penetrant, impact gun, breaker bar, 19mm socket, a punch, a little 13mm socket for the impact gun, 13mm 12-point socket for the 3 bolts that hold the wheel bearing to the hub, 36mm socket for the nut that holds the axle on, brass hammer, normal hammer, some needle-nosed dikes for cutting, piece of wood. I'll show you what the piece of wood is for, pry bar, and a little chisel. I'm going to do this one outside because most Jeeps break outside. So I'm not going to bring this in the shop and do it nice and professionally. I'm going to do it the old school way in the driveway. It's going to be ugly looking, but it'll be realistic. All right, let's get to it. First, we remove the wheel. After the wheel is off, you'll want to take out these 2 bolts. They're 13mm or 1/2 inch. Once you have the bolts out, you basically pry back your caliper. Now in these Jeeps, they only pry back on the top first because the bottom, if you can see here, it's caught both ways. So you can't pry it off the rotor from down here. But on the top, it's only at the 1 tab. So you put it right in here and pry it back. Now there's usually a big ridge like you'll see here. So you got to just kind of power past that. If you can get in here, you can push the pads back, but as you can see, there ain't much left of these anyway. They're just about done. Your caliper's off, you just take the rotor, it comes straight off. Nothing special. You want to lube these guys up because you'll be getting them here in a little bit. After you pull out the little clip, you remove this little retainer, and then underneath it there's this little guy. Remember to put it back in. It keeps tension on the retainer so it doesn't rattle around. Okay, now that you have the axle nut off, you're after these guys now. There's 3 of them. They're in a tripod pattern, and they are a 12-point 1/2 inch or a 12-point 13mm. All right, once it's all broke free from the hub, like it is now, you just go ahead and just pull it straight out. The whole thing will come with it. Just like that. Okay, so first order of business is to knock these clips out. These are inboard clips. The drive shafts are outboard. These don't have them out here. They're in here. So you take the little chisel, get right up against it, tap it, and it'll come flying right out. That baby is stuck. And if you take your clips and basically just push them in. That's it, and they just snap on, nice and easy. All right, we have successfully put in a U-joint in the old driveway with the hammer. Worked out great. It's definitely a lot harder to do it that way because you have to hold it. You need 2 hands. I did it by myself. I did use a little punch I usually have with me anyway. But that's how you do them. We'll go ahead and reassemble this whole thing now.